Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Sham Yahushai, Baruch HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things, and salutations to all Yakim across the earth for doing His work in sincerity and the truth. Shalom. So this video I want to go into basically into this article, which is part of the M.O.T.B. Which ESO is very busy with to implement. More and more locations are being cashless. Yesterday we went with the other Akiams. We are here in Curacao, currently with 3 brothers. And so tonight we also going to teach today, later today, and how you say that? So yesterday we went to an what used to be a old plantation, and now they turned it into a park. By this dude, this Jake from Curacao, Yandino Asperato, which is a comedian. He built it, and it was very beautiful. So a lot of beautiful animals and nature. It was very beautiful. He did it okay, and it's also it's a place is very calming, and there's also some Jakes living there, who are being educated for I call that job, basically to be take care of the garden and stuff, and we also spoke with Jake, but he didn't. Yeah, he knew that he was an Israelite, but yeah, he was in that GOCC spirit, concerning that Ahaya. So I tried to explain him about the name. He didn't agree to that. He wasn't bugging up, but he didn't agree to it. But yeah, it's all Yahuratazah. So we explained to him that we teach, and that we're going to teach today at the center of Curacao, So maybe he got an opportunity to come and check it out if he wants to, and of course, Lord willing, sometimes people just need to hear it to be marked, because there's only one way. You're either with Yahweh Basham Yoshai, or you're against it, and sometimes people need to be marked for the judgment, So yeah, and others for salvation. So yeah, that's it. But let me just go into the article. So payment service ideal is taken over, name will change in a few years. And that's also another thing. Let me jump to the book of 2 Corinthians. Let me see. 2 Corinthians. Book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Yeah, through the spirit of Yahweh Basham Yahushai, we see the things for what they are. We are not, like the majority of the world and the majority of the people of Israel, so-called the Jacob descendants, so-called Negros, Latinos, and the so-called Indianos. The election have obtained it. The rest were blinded. Matter of fact, let me grab. It's the book of Romans. Let's see. The book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blind. So that's it. Only the elect's going to get it. The majority of people ain't going to get it. They're either going to fight against it, not going to, accept it, or just won't get it, That's it. But yeah, seeing all these things going on, if your eyes are open, you got to realize, it's the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than belief, because you got to be aware. We're close to the end, but it's going to be horrible. The righteous shall scarcely be saved. That's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4. Book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, explains, 4 and 17. Explains us that because judgment is going to start with his own people first. Then the heathens are going to be next, And you got to be aware, because this devil, the so-called white man, this is ruling this earth. He knows that he got short time, so he's taking his steps. More and more places getting cashless, like the location that we went yesterday. You only could pay there with a card, and that's something very rare on the island, because actually everywhere they accept cash, but there they didn't accept it. So you have that going on, and how you say that? And a lot of more and more stores are turning into cashless. So that's also a thing that you see a lot. And yeah, you see it a lot. That's basically going on. So this is the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Yeah, he knows his time is ticking, and he got Satan on his side, and these demons make him believe that he can, how I say that, can basically can change the outcome. That he stands a great chance against the Most High. That's the pride which is in him. But yeah, that's not the case. This is the Most High's movie. He can only do that the Most High allows. Matter of fact, let me jump to the book of Job real quick, because there it explains it that he only can go so as far as the Most High allows him to go. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So he can try, jump up and whatever, do all these things that he wants to do, but he can only do that what the Most High allows him to do. And he will not succeed. When he's going to make the RFID chip mandatory, for the people, but in the same time the war will pop up, and that's the same time for Yahushua to come back. He will not succeed. He wants the whole earth in slavery, basically. The elites want to rule, and when they have a couple of million people, that they're going to rule over it, but it's not going to happen. This is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. No, verse 23. When he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while he is busy with chipping everybody, and the war is in full progress, that's the time for Yahweh to come back. And he will not fulfill his plan, But it's also a test for the people, for the children of Israel, whether you're going to receive that and going to be destroyed, or you're going to stand fast and keep your faith in Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahushai. And you got to keep in mind, there's also going to be of us who's going to be beheaded for the name of Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahushai. But it's beautiful if you die in the name of Yahweh Ba'Sham Yahushai, because you're going to get a beautiful reward. You're going to be great in the kingdom of heaven. That's something beautiful to look forward to. Let me see. We go back to the article. The payment service ideal is in foreign hands. The Dutch service is taken over by the European Payments Initiative together with its technology supplier Payconic. It should become the starting point for an international pay system, says owner Currens. For Dutch users of the payment system, which was developed by ABN AMRO, ING and Rabobank, nothing will change for the time being. Yeah, and they've been saying that for years, nothing will change, but look where we are right now, says a current spokesperson. The name will eventually change, but that will only happen in a few years. Yeah, he thinks, that's also a thing that's in his spirit. He thinks that his kingdoms will continue forever. There's no end to his rulership. That's what he thinks. But yeah, hey, there's already cracks, There's already cracks showing. The end is near. It's closer than he expected, He's going down. It's going to be beautiful, man. There will then be one European brand. Internationally, the payment system of Dutch banks has been viewed with interest for some time now. Such a service has not yet been introduced in other European countries. The purchase by M.O.T.B, an initiative with shareholders such as Credit Agricole, Deutsche Bank and BNP Paribas, may change that. The banks want to develop a pan-European payment network, yes, get everything to one system. Departure point. The intention is that Ideal will be used for the development of the international network. M.O.T.B is developing a digital wallet for payments similar to Apple Pay and Google Pay. There will also be systems for direct payments from account to account. A first pilot is planned for this in France and Germany at the end of this year. The system will then become more widely available in those two countries and also in Belgium next year. Expansion to other European countries will follow at a later stage in time. Payments in shops will also be possible. The parties have not said how much money is involved in the acquisition. The existing the existing shareholders of Payconic and currents will become shareholders of EPI. It may be a takeover with closer stock exchanges. It's not a material transaction, ING spokesperson told. Current's CEO van Delft speaks of a balanced deal. Supervisors still have to approve the takeover. So, but the plan is there. They're gonna do it. They want everything to be cashless. So they're gonna connect everything. So now they do a pan-European thing. It's gonna be eventually they want to make it a world thing. That's it. It's his plan, but he will not succeed, like I read earlier. Let me see. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13. And verse 16, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in the foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast on the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, what's the number of a man, and his number is 666. So if you understand this, it's a blessing. Like the book of Matthew states. Let me jump to that real quick. Yahushua was talking in parables to the people, and the disciples were like, okay, why are you talking in parables? Because it was already hard for them to understand it. And they'd be like, yeah, the people ain't gonna get it on this way. And Yahushua basically told them like, yeah, but this is not for everybody. That's it. It's for the elect first and foremost. It's not for all the people. So let me see. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13. And let me start at verse 9. Who had ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given. It's the same way if you explain to people the name, and if they immediately say the name correctly, then hey, you already know, like Yaharatazah. It's they are chosen to hear it, and Lord willing, they're gonna understand it. But a lot of people they gonna be struggling with the name, or don't even want to accept the name, like the brother that we met yesterday. Verse 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Yeah, you understand it. My sheep shall hear my voice. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Yeah, because nowadays, the disciples back then, the prophets, they write down the things, future prophecy, what we are seeing being unfold, or is almost unfolding. They had no clue. They saw visions, but they don't really saw what they saw, like concerning the war and stuff like that, vehicles that they didn't have back then, things like that. But yeah, hey, to the spirit of Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, we see those things, we understand those things, and that's a blessing, man. You don't take it lightly, man. It's a beautiful thing if you already understand this truth. So yeah, if demons be messing with you, you be like, yeah, shit, man, I don't know if I'm worthy, this and that. Yeah, you just gotta think to yourself, like, okay, the Most High made me understand this, so the majority of people ain't gonna get it. So that should be already a great sign to you that is already a blessing. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. So with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'aruka Kodash, a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us the scriptures, among other things, and salutations to Akim, because the earth in his work, in sincerity and the truth. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.